Hello and welcome to tonight's edition of HONOO Afterburn. I'm your host, Brick 9mm, and we are just 3 days away from the Rising in Kyoto. And before that, we have an exciting night filled with exciting action as Midnight Jones is main eventing for his first time. Yes, that bastard Midnight Jones has finally bribed his way into the main event of the B show. But for now, we have Lukas von Hahn versus Xemyr Lebay. Yes, it is the hybrid fighter. Von Hahn versus the Karateka Lebay. And later in the night, we will have the Wild Mike Open Challenge. Wild Mike is facing all comers. Wild Mike will fight whoever shows up in preparation for his match against Danny Thorpe at the Rising in Kyoto. Also, Azumi Takahashi will go one-on-one with Vanessa Saunders, the kickboxer on the rise, Vanessa Saunders. They will take on Azumi Takahashi. Meanwhile, this is just an excellent exhibition of Lukas von Hahn's supreme submissions talent. But Xemyr cannot be counted out just yet, as he got in that skillful strike, but Von Hahn with palm strike after palm strike. Xemyr gets him down on the mat, but Von Hahn just locks in that ankle lock on the ground, that grounded ankle lock. He could have snapped Xemyr's ankle with that, and now he is switching up that focus to strikes. And it just goes back to work on that leg again. He knows Xemyr's bag. He knows Xemyr's shtick. It's those kicks. So if he can neutralize Xemyr's legs, he has this match under wraps. And a man like Lukas von Hahn, he's been here from the very beginning, and he has had a massively different experience than Xemyr has. Even though they've been here the same amount of time, and he is applying that experience wonderfully as he continues to target Xemyr's leg. And again, going back to work on the leg and the ankle, just wrenching that ankle. Xemyr barely stands a chance against the seasoned fighter, Lukas von Hahn. And the damage has been done. Why is Lukas von Hahn switching it up after all this time? Does he think he's done? Well, yes he is, and so is Xemyr Lebay. Welcome back to HONOO Afterburn as we are getting set for Azumi Takahashi versus Vanessa Saunders, Karateka versus Kickboxer. Coming up next, it is the Wild Mike Open Challenge. Who will face Wild Mike? heading in to his match with Danny Thorpe. Azumi Takahashi hits an enziguri immediately. That has got to do some damage. Maybe she is looking to raise her status here in HONOO after a bit of an unlucky streak after returning from injury. But Vanessa Saunders has that lucky, fierce low kick. Vanessa Saunders has defeated higher tier opponents with that fierce low kick, so who knows if Azumi Takahashi can stand that kind of punishment. Where she is doing a good job at evading it thus far. She's a very defensive fighter. And there, she just blocked it head on, staring death right in the face. However, if she wishes to make sure this match belongs to her, they have to go in for those grapples. But she just took a fierce low kick, one of Vanessa Saunders' fierce low kicks. And that has already done much more damage than Azumi Takahashi has managed thus far. Azumi with a palm strike barrage. Vanessa Saunders skillfully avoids whatever Azumi was going for there. Perhaps it was her flying cross arm breaker, which even if she locked that in, it wouldn't have done much. However, will I be proven wrong? No, Vanessa Saunders, she's just that unfazed. As the seconds tick down and round 1 draws to a close, Vanessa Saunders is in the clear lead as Azumi. Azumi has failed to get in any damage at all on Vanessa Saunders, any significant damage. And Saunders just keeps on punishing her. But Azumi, this could turn the tide. And Saunders claims another victim with that fierce low kick. Azumi never even stood a chance, because every time you take one of those fierce low kicks, your days are numbered, and that number was up for Azumi Takahashi. God is a comedian, playing to an audience too afraid to laugh. Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. Hello and welcome back to HONOO Afterburn as we are getting set for Wild Mike. Wild Mike's Open Challenge. Who will face Wild Mike leading up to his match with Danny Thorpe? And here he is. It is the Karate Squad. No, it's just a man in a mask. It's 7 men in 3 masks. No, they're in 4 masks. Wild Mike versus 7 men leading up to his match with Danny Thorpe. There are 7 men in gis here, and Wild Mike is taking on each and every one of them. This is insane. This is just a brawl. And this may just be what further proves that Danny Thorpe needs to be scared of Wild Mike. Yes, Wild Mike, a man who has done so much up to this point. He's unchained, he has unlocked his full power. And here, as you can see by his gi, it's still on. As you can see, Wild Mike, his full power is suppressed, but here he is, fighting 7 men, now 5. And Wild Mike, his technique, his power, who else in HONOO Pro could fight 7 men at once? And Wild Mike, He is showing signs of fatigue. He may have to start using 6% of his power rather than 5. This is insane, folks. I'm at a loss for words. Oh no, it's gone to this point. Wild Mike. There are people as powerful as Wild Mike here in HONOO Pro Wrestling. But he is getting worn down by the second. Most men can't fight 7 men like this. I know Danny Thorpe has never been in a fight like this. But it's just Wild Mike. That is how you know he is a cut above. And Wild Mike takes out a man with a flying kick and another. There is just one man left in this gauntlet. This brawl, Wild Mike versus 7 masked men. Straight out of a kung fu movie. Wild Mike is slowing down. He has to breathe. Even when you're as powerful as Wild Mike, you cannot fight 7 men and not be tired, a little worn down. But here he was, and here he showed us that Danny Thorpe needs to be running scared. Wild Mike has just defeated 7 men. A HONOO first and potentially a HONOO last. Going down in the history books, it's Wild Mike going wild. Wednesday, the Rising in Kyoto. That match will go down in history books as the beginning of Wild Mike's reign. His name is Danny Thorpe. His name is Wild Mike. A star on the rise. A man unchained. In Kyoto, the HONOO World's Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Wednesday the 20th, live on Twitch. See the matchup that will go down in history. See the finals of the Kishin Black Belt Tournament. The return of Richard Richards. The hot rematch, Tyson Apollo versus Ross Cromley. And who knows what the hell Mr. Monopoly has up his sleeve. It's the HONOO Rising in Kyoto. It's now time for our HONOO Afterburn main event. The Wall Jr., the hybrid fighter, will face Midnight Jones, that bastard with community chest. But wait, he's not even wearing boxing gloves anymore. He's a boxer and he is forsaken. He's forsaken those boxing gloves. That just goes to show that the influence of Mr. Monopoly has already corrupted this great promotion. How could we just forsake boxing gloves? That's, makes me sick to my stomach. I hope the Wall Jr. uses that excellent skill and technical proficiency to take down Midnight Jones. Jones was hugging the ropes, but that strategy did not pay off as the Wall Jr. had him down. But this is a riskier Midnight Jones. It seems that passion he once had has returned, but he's still just the loaded gun for Mr. Monopoly, whose AWF plans, the off, whatever that is. That date, it's set for the Rising in Kyoto. What could that possibly mean? But that might just be linked. That might just be linked to Midnight Jones and his renewed passion here. All I have to say about it is I don't like it. Midnight Jones had the Wall Jr. in that clinch, but the Wall, his boxing background, is showing here more than ever as he skillfully evades each and every one of those rolling elbows. Here he is off the ropes with a spear. Midnight Jones, he's trying to keep up, but he is failing, but he has that extra power. That extra power from forsaking gloves. Seriously, what has HONOO come to? But the Wall Jr. hits another spear. Heading into the second round, this is a different Midnight Jones, and this is the same Wall we know and love. And both fighters are showing their supreme skill, but Midnight Jones is looking to get ahead in this race. However, the Wall Jr. has already landed 2 spears. Not something any normal man can withstand, and here's a third. The Wall back off the ropes with another spear. He is just waiting for Midnight Jones. And tackle. Armbar. Mr. Monopoly looks on and looks to play the intimidation game, but this is not pro wrestling when you have that man down on the mat. That's it. There will be no intimidation. Of course, maybe the Wall Jr. should be wary as Victor Kai disappeared and has still yet to resurface. The Wall Jr. is tired. That is what happens when you're such a great power fighter. And Midnight Jones just had to wait it out, and now the Wall Jr. is in the very palm of his hand, but no! That burning lariat might have just sealed his fate, but the Wall is still tired. All Midnight Jones has to do is overtake him in this race. And overtake him he is just seconds away from doing. And there, that might have been the finishing blow. All the power moves in the world do nothing against a man as strong as Midnight Jones, just taking so many cheap shots. What? He was knocked out. He was knocked out, but Mr. Monopoly, what the hell is going on here? The Wall Jr., his neck is broken. Mr. Monopoly, this is fixed. Midnight Jones knows. But the Wall Jr. does not care. He is defying Mr. Monopoly. Mr. Monopoly has failed as the Wall Jr. has handily taken care of Community Chest's loaded gun. Justice for Victor Kai. That comeback was just insane. I have no clue how the Wall Jr. returned from that, but he did. He's established himself as a clear enemy of Community Chest. And hopefully Victor Kai is just days away from returning. He has to make some sort of statement here. He has to return. Thank you for watching HONOO Afterburn, and we will see you at the Rising in Kyoto. Good night.